Okay, we're taking a deep dive into page 2 of the variations on a theme from the celebrated Canon in D. So, I'm going to show you today where we hold these right hand notes down. It's really tricky because you tend to move faster than you need to kind of hold these down, but you do need to hold them down for their full length. So one of my students is learning this one, and what we've got to do is hold these minims all the way down to the next ones, and these ones all the way down to the end of the bar. So I often think of this like I'm adding this note, this thumb note, I'm adding that into this chord. It's almost like I forgot it. So let me show you. So let's start with the first one. We start with this third and then we add the thumb. Start with a third, add the thumb. Start with a third, add the thumb. So I pretend like I've forgotten the thumb. It always helps if you play the right notes too. That's the first part. On this second line, we're going to take this F sharp and carry it all the way through this motif till we get to the E. And again, we're going to hold these minims down, they're full length. So what we need to think about is this being the main melody. If you think about the minims being the main melody and these quavers and crotchets just accompanying that melody, it makes it easier to play. But that doesn't mean it's an easy thing to do because you're using your weakest fingers here, particularly if you're left-handed. You're using your 5 and your 4, your two weakest fingers, to carry out a melody above everything else. Let me show you. So with this melody, I'm going to hold down that F sharp, and that needs to be a little bit louder than everything else. And then I'm keeping this E here. Show you that bit again. You can see how each time I'm holding that minim down, then I'm holding the next one down. On the third line, it's quite similar to the second line in that you've got these minims carrying the melody, but this time this motif in the quavers runs each time. So it's the same notes that you're working with, but you're working with them in sets of 3. So what we have here is, hold that one, that top one down. Now this last line is a mixture of the lines you've already played. So you'll see you start with the third. That is the same third that you've used up here on that top line. Then you're going to continue with this motif that you've just done here. So it's the same thing. So we're still holding down the top one. We're still making that our main melody. Holding that down. It's really good practice to see if you can just do it in slow motion. Can I separate these fingers and keep that thumb, that little finger holding down? What about the ring finger? Yes. What about the little finger again? There can be a tendency for new players to move the wrist with wherever they're going. So for this, the wrist comes down, and the energy is moving to their left. But that means that you can't reach this F sharp, and there's nothing there. You've got no power in your fingers. So what we really want is to have the energy really evenly based over the top of the hand, so that you've got everything that you can do there to keep the energy equal between the thumb and the little finger. Then you've got the strength there to hold that top note down when your fingers aren't used to working separately. Thanks everyone for working through this piece in a bit of a deep dive with me. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments or feel free to email me. I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you.